Yep. So I guess also product managers, they have a heavy reliance on the technical teams and developers who, they're not only fixing bugs and building new features, they do lots of other things from the technical side of an organization, and they don't always operate the same, I guess, and the same cadence as the overall product team. So how do you engage effectively with those teams? I'm keen to learn a bit more about this as well, because I guess development teams or the engineering teams, they have different goals and agendas. They're going down one path, but you're trying to drive something completely different.
Yeah, 100%. I think there's definitely some elements there, and what I've learned over the years is that there's no true way to work. Within each company structure, they have their own ways of working, and sometimes I've worked in projects where you had the entire development team is sitting not only just offshore, but in 12-hour time differences. So you don't always have the luxury of saying, well, look, if you've got any questions, come ask me. And so in a lot of those cases, it's sort of working out with the team to sort of go and providing that information as much as possible. So, and the idea of you not being there to be able to explain, whether it's a user story and it's got huge amounts of acceptance criteria, because you need to make sure that if you're unavailable or you're not contactable, then somebody can still go through and, you won't be able to write 100% of things all the time, because there's always going to be some little permutation, but making sure that the tools in flow and, whether they're using the same tools. And so as an example, you might have one team uses Jira, somebody else is using Asana, somebody's using just a traditional ticketing tool, but then you've got to at least agree a source of truth for a developer to say, look, if you're reading a functional spec in Confluence and then you see a different information in this ticket and you see another bit of information in this ticket, which one should they be using most as their gospel? And so trying to get that aligned, and sometimes it absolutely can increase a lot of overhead, because you've then got somebody who created a ticket in one system and you've then got to get that in other systems, just copying and pasting. If you can build some integrations, it can help there. But getting that clarity of information ready to developers so that they can continue with their work.
Have you found the report, if the reporting line makes a difference there? So if the the person who's doing the actual development, if they're closer to the product manager, if you get a better result versus if they're, say, 3 or 4 lines deep in terms of who they're reporting to?
Yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of that can help with, intimacy of the product. So sometimes, giving an ambiguous request that just says, please change the color of this to green, let's say. And then the developer will go, well, what color green? Do you want this green? Is it supposed to be on brand? Is it exactly the same kind of brand? That's a restricted kind of thing. So having those ambiguous requests can really, really cause some pain. But being, where possible, again, getting developers ingrained with the team, and they can at least understand to say, all right, well, look, we're changing this because it's going to have this impact. And if they understand the kind of why behind something's happening, a lot of times they can help influence their decision, and so that way they could almost represent your ticket on your behalf. So if their line manager is saying, well, hold on, why are we making this change? It seems abnormal, then the developers already had those previous conversations that aren't necessarily related specifically to that ticket, but they know this is the outcome we're looking for.
Yeah, I can certainly see how having an onshore or an in-house team working on those kind of requests would definitely be an advantage over offshoring that kind of development work, just to remove the ambiguity of that.